Namaste, Jai Hind, and welcome to this edition of The Right Stand. Plenty of ground to cover. We start with news just coming in from Kerala, where there's a huge rap on the knuckles for the Pinarayi Vijayan government by the Kerala High Court on inaction against the Popular Front of India and its outfits, various outfits. Let's get you the details. Breaking news coming in here on this edition of The Right Stand. The High Court has expressed displeasure in the slow progress in the PFI case proceedings. The Pinarayi Vijayan-led left government facing a lot of criticism in court. Questions being asked, why were recovery proceedings not started yet? The High Court has also given an ultimatum to the government to implement the proceedings at the earliest. The High Court has asked the government, why did the recovery proceedings not start and why have they been delayed? The High Court has directed the government to complete the proceedings on a district-to-district basis and send the report by the 23rd of January, that is by Monday the 23rd of January. No notice has to be served while executing recovery proceedings. That's what the court has now said and directed the Pinarayi Vijayan-led government. Let's go across to Pradeep Pillai joining us with more. Yes, Pradeep.
Anand, yes, as you rightly said, it's a solid rap on the knuckles for the state government, which has been dragging its feet despite court's order and a deadline set by the High Court to attach the properties in order to, pay the compensation for the damages caused, during the Hartal, which was called by the Popular Front of India in response to the national level crackdown on the various PFI officers and residences of the office bearers and the arrests that followed. Now, the state government filed an action taken report in the High Court in which it detailed the actions taken by it. It details. We have a copy of the court order also with us in this action taken report, which is cited by the Honorable High Court, where it says that the state police chief had furnished the details of the office bearers, and this was sent to the concerned Department of Revenue, which identified the properties, and notices under sections 7 and 34 of the Revenue Recovery Act were served, especially on one person, Mr. Ali Kunju, who is the father of the State Secretary of the Popular Front of India, Abdul Sattar. Now, the court really snubbed the government on this, saying that this was not necessary. Section 7 and 34 of the Revenue Recovery Act are designed to protect the interests of the owners in the case of a normal, natural revenue recovery, and it is not at all applicable in such a case wherein the court had very specifically asked the government to initiate proceedings to attach the property so as to extract the amount of 5.2 crore from them, which was the extent of damages as filed mainly by the State Road Transport Corporation. Anand.
Is there a response from the government? Are we going to see a crackdown and the recovery proceedings commencing from tomorrow onwards? Because the deadline is Monday and they have to do it at a district-wise basis.
Yes, Anand, there has been no response officially from the government so far, but obviously the court has now given no room for any kind of maneuver or any kind of excuses for the government to come forward, because the court said, just go ahead and attach the properties. No need for any more, formalities like serving the notice or otherwise. Yes, the government has been alerted through the state attorney who was present in the High Court, and the High Court very clearly said that the government authorities, the agencies have misrepresented or they misinterpreted the words of the court while trying to, enforce or give the margin of the sections 7 and 34 of the Revenue Recovery Act. So there is no other go in front of the government. It has to go ahead and attach the properties and ensure that the money is paid in time when the court takes this up on 24th.
Right. Pradeep, thank you for your inputs. So, big development, this rap on the knuckles for the Pinarayi Vijayan-led government. Pinarayi Vijayan away in Hyderabad trying to try and cobble up that united opposition front at the behest of KCR. He was critical of the PM-led government at the centre, but his own government under scrutiny for inaction against an outfit that's been banned under the UAPA for 5 years. Thank you. Thank you for your inputs, Pradeep. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen.